Section 37 of The Art of Cookery Made Plain and Easy by Hannah Glasse. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 20 of Distilling. To distill walnut water. Take a peck of fine green walnuts, bruise them well in a large mortar, put them in a pan with a handful of baum bruised, put 2 quarts of good French brandy to them, cover them close and let them lie 3 days. The next day distill them in a cold still. From this quantity draw 3 quarts, which you may do in a day. How to use this ordinary still. You must lay the plate, then wood ashes thick at the bottom, then the iron pan, which you are to fill with your walnuts and liquor. Then put on the head of the still. Make a pretty brisk fire till the still begins to drop, then slacken it so as just to have enough to keep the still at work. Mind all the time to keep a wet cloth all over the head of the still all the time it is at work, and always observe not to let the still work longer than the liquor is good, and take great care you do not burn the still. And thus you may distill what you please. If you draw the still too far, it will burn, and give your liquor a bad taste. To make treacle water. Take the juice of green walnuts 4 pounds, of rue, carduus, marigold and baum, of each 3 pounds, roots of butterbur ½ pound, roots of burdock 1 pound, angelica and masterwort, of each ½ pound, leaves of scordium 6 handfuls, Venice treacle and mithridate, of each ½ pound, old canary wine 2 pounds, white wine vinegar 6 pounds, juice of lemon 6 pounds, and distill this in an alembic. To make black cherry water. Take 6 pounds of black cherries and bruise them small. Then put to them the tops of rosemary, sweet marjoram, spearmint, angelica, baum, marigold flowers, of each a handful, dried violets 1 ounce, aniseeds and sweet fennel seeds, of each ½ an ounce bruised. Cut the herbs small, mix all together, and distill them off in a cold still. To make hysterical water. Take betony, roots of lovage, seeds of wild parsnips, of each 2 ounces, roots of single peony 4 ounces, of mistletoe of the oak 3 ounces, myrrh 1/4 ounce, castor ½ an ounce. Beat all these together and add to them 1/4 pound of dried millipedes. Pour on these 3 quarts of mugwort water and 2 quarts of brandy. Let them stand in a close vessel 8 days, then distill it in a cold still pasted up. You may draw off 9 pints of water and sweeten it to your taste. Mix all together and bottle it up. To distill red rosebuds. Wet your roses in fair water. 4 gallons of roses will take near 2 gallons of water, then still them in a cold still. Take the same stilled water and put into it as many fresh roses as it will wet, then still them again. Mint, baum, parsley and pennyroyal water distill the same way. To make plague water. From the following types of ingredients, being roots, flowers and seeds. Roots used in plague water. Angelica, dragon, maywort, mint, rue, carduus, origany, winter savoury, broad thyme, rosemary, pimpernel, sage, fumitory, coltsfoot, scabious, borage, saxifrage, betony, liverwort, germander. Flowers used in plague water. Wormwood, succory, hyssop, agrimony, fennel, cowslips, poppies, plantain, setfoil, vockvane, maidenhair, motherwort, cowage, goldenrod, gromwell, dill. Seeds used in plague water: hart's tongue, horehound, fennel, melilot, St. John's wort, comfrey, feverfew, red rose leaves, wood sorrel, pellitory of the wall, heartsease, centaury, sea drink, a good handful of each of the aforesaid things, gentian root, dock root, butterbur root, peony root, bayberries, juniper berries, of each of these a pound, 1 ounce of nutmegs, 1 ounce of cloves, and half an ounce of mace. Pick the herbs and flowers, and shred them a little. Cut the roots, bruise the berries, and pound the spices fine. Take a peck of green walnuts, and chop them small. Mix all these together, and lay them to steep in sack lees, or any white wine lees, if not in good spirits. But wine lees are best. Let them lie a week or better. Be sure to stir them once a day with a stick, and keep them close covered, then still them in an alembic with a slow fire, and take care your still does not burn. The first, second, and third running is good, and some of the fourth. Let them stand till cold, then put them together. To make surfeit water: you must take scurvy grass, brook lime, watercresses, Roman wormwood, rue, mint, balm, sage, clovers, of each 1 handful, green Mary 2 handfuls, poppies, if fresh, half a peck, if dry, 1/4 of a peck, cochineal 6 pennyworth, saffron 6 pennyworth, aniseeds, caraway seeds, coriander seeds, cardamom seeds, of each 1 ounce, licorice 2 ounces scraped, fig split a pound, raisins of the sun stoned a pound, juniper berries 1 ounce bruised, nutmeg 1 ounce beat, mace 1 ounce bruised, sweet fennel seeds 1 ounce bruised, a few flowers of rosemary, marigold, and sage flowers. Put all these into a large stone jar, and put to them 3 gallons of French brandy. Cover it close, and let it stand near the fire for 3 weeks. Stir it 3 times a week, and be sure to keep it close stopped, and then strain it off. Bottle your liquor, and pour on the ingredients 1 gallon more of French brandy. Let it stand a week, stirring it once a day, then distill it in a cold still, and this will make a fine white surfeit water. You may make this water at any time of the year if you live at London, because the ingredients are always to be had either green or dry, but it is best made in summer. To make milk water: take 2 good handfuls of wormwood, as much carduus, as much rue, 4 handfuls of mint, as much balm, half as much angelica. Cut these a little, put them into a cold still, and put to them 3 quarts of milk. Let your fire be quick till your still drops, and then slacken your fire. You may draw off 2 quarts. The first quart will keep all the year. How to distil vinegar you have in the chapter of pickles. End of section 37.